like awesome weather. We're heading into summer. Today decides to be super cloudy and miserable. So I literally got out of bed feeling like Count Orlok, and I was just like, "You are late. The midnight hour has passed, and my
Man.
attendants have all retired." So,
Do you know that I have nightmares because of that movie? For people that don't know, that's Nosferatu. Great film, great film, but wow. And that director, Robert Edgers, is actually he's actually responsible for my very passionate hate for goats.
sure, let the people
Believe it
hear
or
it,
not.
bro.
So, for those who don't know, he made a movie. It was actually his first movie, if I'm not mistaken. He made a movie called The Witch. And in The Witch, there is a goat by the name of... Oh, Dino, help me again, bud. What was his name?
Black Phillip.
Black Phillip. That's right. And obviously, I don't want to give away too much away on the movie, but watch it and you'll understand why I dislike goats so much. They freak me the flip out. And yeah, every time I see one of those things, I want to break the land speed record and run away the opposite way.
Is it
So
true
yeah,
that you are breeding albino polar bears just to hunt down goats and make them extinct? Is this
that is
this is the rumor?
exactly that is the albino polar bear's prime source of food.
Sure. So
Yeah.
it's go to Dagestan 2-3 years for gates, and then
Yes.
just make them hunt down goats.
Yeah, well, one of their requirements is to have goat meat on standby always. That
Sure.
sounds wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
They programmed to do that. They are absolutely programmed to just slaughter goats. And that's
Yes.
what makes them these killing machines and grappling masters for the Dagestani guys in the MMA scene. It's amazing.
Oh,
So yeah,
I mean, they say grab a bull by the horns, but have you ever grabbed a goat by the horns? That's the real question, bro. This
that's a
is
real question.
this is the real
Because if
tricky
you
question.
try and find out, you're going to see what's going to happen to that to you.
Yep.
So yeah, watch the witch. Watch the witch.
I
Just miss
mean,
the last 5 minutes. Yeah, it's haunting and disturbing. It's very disturbing.
I mean, I don't know how else to follow that up because it is haunting and disturbing, and that's probably going to make me sound
Yeah.
like a complete nut job. But I love that movie so much. I mean, I know I love it.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
for
Well,
people listening,
you recommended it to me, and
I love it so much.
one of the subjects, well, part of our film segment today is we're going to give you guys some great movie recommendations so basically what it is, it's great films that people haven't watched. So they've almost gone under the radar. And D, you go with your first one, bud. Well, let's do our honorable mentions and then we take it from there.
Right. So, for people listening, I have no idea what Mark chose. He has no idea what I chose.
That's correct.
We're just surprising ourselves, and because we obviously want to have like debates and like, oh my word, I can't believe I forgot to put that on mine. So, actually curious to see how many we have in common. That's going to be interesting. So we've each chosen
Will be
10.
interesting. Yes.
And then honorable mentions, we did briefly discuss that the honorable mentions, we were going to put documentaries or movies that people hadn't seen. I
Correct.
put the documentaries for my honorable mentions. I'm not going to go too much. These aren't film reviews. We're just recommending movies that we feel like people haven't seen. They're not very popular, but they're brilliant, and we feel like more people should watch them.
Correct. 100%.
So,
You said it perfectly. We both took time to prepare this properly. We obviously didn't share what the films were, but
no.
we did discuss on how many films we would review, which was 10.
Yes.
Well, to try and narrow it down to 10, Obviously, if you guys enjoy these episodes, we can always do a part 2, part 3, even a part 4. So yeah, cool. D,
100%.
go for your honorable mention, bud. Well, if you got more than one.
So I've got 2 honorable mentions.
Okay.
The first one is a documentary called 13th. It is about the 13th Amendment. For people who, I mean, obviously saying that, I'm just going to assume. I know you can't just assume these things, but it obviously talks about the 13th Amendment, and it's about the prison system in America and how it actually reveals the nation's history of racial inequality. So it goes from slavery basically up until modern times. The film came out in 2016, so it's not old by any means. Unfortunately, in the last 9 years, nothing's really changed. So it's still very relative. And then I think because I spoke about Sinners last week, without giving away any spoilers,
Yes.
Sinners, like I mentioned, blues music. The white man very much liked blues music, but they just didn't like the people who played blues music.
That's
So
great.
they completely stopped blues music from African Americans.
Yeah.
So I felt like 13th would be a fitting recommendation. And then I went with a documentary that I have never had so much anxiety ever in my life watching something. I sweat literally. Yeah. I mean, that sounds a bit disgusting, but like literally my hands and feet were sweating watching this film. It was a very hard watch, but it was a documentary called Free Solo.
Oh my word, you're okay. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
actually one of my
Boom.
honorable mentions. What
Cool.
a
So we've
movie.
already got
Wow.
one in common, 6. So
Yeah.
yeah, so for people who aren't too sure, free soloing is when you climb a mountain, but you have no rope, no harness, nothing. You're climbing it without
It's
any gear.
it's an absolutely incredible documentary. It
Yeah,
is unbelievable.
it's truly unbelievable is the word. Yeah, the
Yeah.
fact that it's real is still. I'm getting like vertigo just thinking about it. So those are my
No,
two.
it's crazy.
So yeah, 13th and Free Solo. I can't
Okay.
say whether available in wherever you're listening to this because obviously we're all from different countries. So
Yeah.
if 13th will be on Netflix, though it is a Netflix documentary. Free Solo, I have no idea, but wherever you are, please check it out. It's incredible. It's so inspiring. I know I kind of started off negatively with how anxious I was, but it's absolutely inspiring. It's so encouraging, and
Yeah.
you want to get out of bed and just conquer after watching that documentary. So yeah, those are my two.
You said it perfectly, D. It's an incredible film, a incredible documentary, and obviously it takes you on the journey of this man and what he wants to accomplish. We don't want to give away too much, but like we said, it is a man that does free climbing, and let's just say that man is he's very brave. That's an incredible human being. So yeah.
Yeah, he's built
Okay.
different.
Yeah. So Free Solo was one of my 3 honorable mentions. The other 2 for me is so there's a documentary called Icarus, which is on Netflix. Also very good. If I remember correctly, it won the Oscar for the year that it came out.
It did, yes,
Um,
that's correct.
Great film, well, great documentary. It is. I don't want to give away too much. I want you guys, especially with these movies that we're going to recommend you, especially on my list, try and go watch it. Try and go watch these without watching a trailer or anything.
Oh yes,
It's
please don't
great.
do
It's
trailers.
great.
100%.
So yeah, Icarus is, I definitely highly recommend it as a documentary. The other one is The Dissident, and it's actually the same director that did Icarus. Also, Dissident is sorry. Just going back to Icarus. Icarus is it's to do with the blood doping and the scandals that happened with the Olympics. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else about it. And then the Dissident is to do with there was a famous journalist that got killed in Turkey, if I remember correctly. Once again, that's all I'm going to say. Give it a watch. It is unbelievable, and it's actually very disturbing and haunting. It's not an easy watch, but I recommend it because it touches on why freedom of speech is so important these days.
Sure.
So yeah. D, go for your first pick for the movies, bud.
Just to see how we kept to this, did you stick to 10 movies?
But I stuck to 10, but it's technically one of them is 2. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll admit I had 11. I just couldn't, because I thought of one last minute and was like, okay, I can't kill any of my darlings and I need to include this one. So I have 11.
See, that's the thing. I've also got 11, funny enough.
Okay, cool. That's fine. But
Yeah.
like you said in the beginning, if people want more of these, trust me, we could do probably a top 100, if not more.
100%.
We've seen many movies. We've seen great films that we want to recommend to people. So we could definitely do more if you guys like it, which I'm not doing the like, subscribe, comment thing. We do appreciate it if you do, but your feedback is important so we know when you enjoy things we discuss. So if you do want more recommendations, please leave a comment so we can hear it. We're not asking for comments, we're asking for your feedback. So if you like it, please let us know because we will happily do more of these. It was really difficult only doing 10. I could easily do a top 100. I'm not even exaggerating. So
Yeah.
we're potentially looking at doing 10 of these eventually.
Yes, that is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's correct.
So do you want to do one by one or do you want to do like 5, or
We can do. I'll tell you what. Let's do 5-5, D,
5?
and then
Okay, fine.
yeah, let's do 5-5.
Right. Okay. So I wanted to go alphabetically, but I'm not going to do that. And this isn't in any particular order.
Same
It's
with
a
mine.
very different range of films. So I don't want to narrow it down to like just sci-fi because if somebody doesn't like science fiction, then they're not going to listen to the list at all.
100%.
So I tried to vary it. It's all very different genres. Mark, I'm actually going to give you my top 10 in one go, bro.
Okay, go
So
for it, bud.
are
Go
you
for it.
ready? Are you ready?
Yeah,
So
let's do
my
this. Let's
recommended
do this.
movie that people aren't watching is
Okay.
Sinners, 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 Sinners,
I was
Sinners,
waiting for
Sinners,
that.
Sinners, and Sinners. Oh, wait, I said 11 and Sinners. There you go.
Sinners.
There's my 11. Sorry, I had to.
Uh,
Okay. No, speaking, that's just my segue into my first pick. For people who are unawares, I'm sure most people are. Like, I mean, if you haven't listened to episode 2 and you have found us on episode 3, welcome to the
yes.
Triple Threat podcast. It's great to
Yeah.
have you. Last episode we reviewed Sinners. Just a quick recap. It's obviously the 5th film between Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan.
Correct.
And the movies that always come up that they've collaborated on are Creed, and then obviously very famously Black Panther and Wakanda Forever.
Yes.
It would be criminal not to recommend their first film together. I'm not going to get like you said perfectly. I don't watch trailers. I don't like to know too much about a film, so I'm going to give very little information.
Yeah.
But keeping in the same lines of recommending 13th, as well as talking about Sinners and what that dealt with, I felt like it was very fitting to then recommend Fruitvale Station. It's
Yeah, I
a real life
can.
event.
Yeah.
I would compare it to something, but I feel like that was spoilers. but it is someone that was disgustingly treated by police, and he was a victim of police brutality.
Yeah.
It is a true story. Michael B. Jordan is phenomenal. It's Ryan Coogler's first film. You would not say it was being made by someone their first time.
Yes.
Highly recommend it. Yeah, I don't want to say more because obviously I have another 10 movies to talk about. So that's just my brief. If you want to watch something like that, I highly recommend it. Number two.
It's a great film. It is a great
Yeah.
film.
Yeah. Number two, you heard the namesake, how I began the pod. It was my favorite film of 2024. You were subjected to many voice notes of my Nosferatu impression.
That's correct. And you actually did it very well. You did it
Thank
very
you.
well.
Thank you so much. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. But the time has come for me to speak of Nosferatu. So there you go. If people want to know the history of Nosferatu, many moons ago, the copyright for Dracula was being disputed, and somebody basically made their version of Dracula. And this is a retelling of that film, but also its own twist on it. So
Yes. Yeah.
it's not your typical vampire movie. Don't be put off by that. You have never seen a vampire film like this before.
No, agreed.
It's very dark. Bill Skarsgård is unbelievable as the title character. The cast
Yes.
are amazing, but it is a very dark film. So trigger warning for if you don't like really dark slash
Yes.
horror movies, because it is very
And
dark.
it is also Robert Edgar's directing, so he has a
Yeah,
particular tone when it comes to his films. Yeah.
100%, 100%. Yeah, if The Witch was dark, then this film is pitch black. So take that
You
as
said
you
it
will.
perfectly. You said it perfectly.
Yeah,
You
it's
said it
really dark.
perfectly.
So I feel kind of like I can tell everyone, I can assure you, I'm okay. I don't need a hug. I'm fine. But I absolutely loved this movie. The cinematography, especially, is
Yeah.
stunning and should have won the Oscar. But anyway, that's a whole different discussion.
Yes.
My third film is a Korean film called Past Lives.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah.
It's I don't want to put it in a genre. It's a drama slash romance. It's about two people that grew up, a boy and a girl. They grew up together, and they live in South Korea. And the little girl moves to America, and they just completely lose. They don't keep in touch, and then they reconnect years later. And I will leave it at that. I won't say more. It is a
Brilliant.
beautiful film. Anyone who watches it can relate to it. You will either relate to him or her in one way or another. It's a stunning film. It's really beautiful. It's really deep. It lingers with you after a while, but I couldn't recommend it more. So that's my third pick, Past Lives. My fourth pick is a sci-fi film that I feel like completely gets overlooked just because this director's films are so good that everyone sort of forgets about this one, but it's arguably his best. I'm not saying it is, but there's an argument that it is his best, and that is Denis Villeneuve's Arrival.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot, mate. Well done.
Love this movie to pieces. I recommended it to everyone when I saw it. I mean, my mom, if you're listening to this, I love you so much, by the way. You're amazing. Um, my mom does not watch sci-fi, can't do sci-fi, has no interest in sci-fi. And I said to her, Mom, it's happened. You're going to watch a sci-fi movie that you're going to love. It's going to happen. And it happened. My mom absolutely loved the movie. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, Denis Villeneuve directed Sicario. He did
Mm-hmm.
Prisoners. He did Enemy. Oh crap, Enemy would have been a great shout for this. There's my 12 pick enemy. Sorry. And then Blade Runner 2049, he did that as well. So yeah,
And
Arrivals basically.
you are forgetting the most important, D. You are forgetting the most important. He did the best movie of last year, and
My brother, that's for you
I will
to
stand in
that's
this
for you to
mountain and
query.
scream and scream and scream.
No,
He
but
did
that's
the
what I didn't
greatest
want to
movie
say.
last year.
Let,
Fair enough.
let the people know. That's what I didn't want to say. I wanted you to. So let the people know.
So it's June Part 2, guys. It's June
There we
Part
go.
2. It's one of the best sequels ever made. Yeah,
There you go.
yeah, yeah.
So Arrival's basically about an alien ship that lands on Earth, and they don't attack. It's not an alien invasion film. It's nothing like that. It's literally one ship lands, and it's about how humans now need to try and communicate with these aliens. How does that happen? How do you communicate with extraterrestrials? It may
Yeah,
sound super simple, but I cannot tell you how complex it is and how beautiful that movie is. It's beautiful, and you can only
great.
understand that when you've seen it. So I'm going to leave it at that. That's my
Yeah,
pitch. It's a
exactly.
beautiful film.
Exactly.
And then my fifth pick before your turn, my brother, is a film that is quite old, but it has inspired so many movies that we have today. We would not have Interstellar if it was not for this film. We would, oh my word, the list goes on, but we definitely wouldn't have Interstellar without this movie. And that is Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey.
Oh, what
Um,
a film. Wow, what a
please
film. Yes,
watch this film. Yes, it's old. If that's something that bothers you, I mean, completely fair enough. We're all different, I guess. That doesn't bother me. The filmmaking, you see remnants of it in today's film. People are so heavily inspired by this movie. I'm not to say I don't want people to hear this and go, "Oh, so Interstellar copied." I didn't say that. It was inspired by it a lot.
agreed.
Chris Nolan
Agreed.
very much still did his very own thing. But yeah, 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's very hard to tell you the plot. I would say if you're into space, if you loved Interstellar, watch 2001.
I
Don't
agree.
really read what it's about.
Especially with the way it ends and stuff. And we're obviously
Yeah,
not gonna give spoilers away, but the way it ends is, yeah, it's
yeah.
brilliant. It's
And
so
just like
good.
talks about evolution, and there's these mysterious objects that appear, and people are trying to figure out why these objects are appearing. And
Agreed.
I will leave it at that, brother. So just to recap: Fruitvale Station, Nosferatu, Past Lives, Arrival, and 2001: A Space Odyssey were my first five.
Okay, awesome, D. Yeah,
Cool.
those are some solid picks, man.
Thanks,
Okay,
brother.
so my first one is Prisoners. Um, Prisoners for me was an unbelievable film. It's with Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman. It's arguably, in my opinion, it's Hugh Jackman's greatest performance on screen. Um, Incredible film. I know I say that a lot, but I promise you guys, you will watch this and it will literally blow your mind. It's I would say it's a hard drama slash thriller, and it really keeps you on the edge of your seat throughout that whole film. Same director that did Dune Part 2 and also Arrival. He's an unbelievable director. My second one was, oh, jeez, what a movie this is as well. And it's actually great. It's called Shot Caller. Once
Oh
again,
my word, bro! What a shot! Come on.
I often when I engage in conversation with people and I ask them have they seen this, they say no, and I said, oh, this. If I had to pick a number one, this is number one because a lot of people have not watched this. It's
It
such a
completely
good
flew
movie.
under the radar. Completely flew under the radar.
Very,
No one's heard of this
very,
movie.
very. I forgot how to pronounce that gentleman's name. That's the main actor.
Oh my word, I've gone blank. Give me a sec.
Um,
Uh, Nikolai Costa Waldo.
That's the guy. For those of you who don't recognize that name, he played Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones, so you'll recognize him as soon as you see him. And let me tell you, he's so good in that film. Wow, he's good. He completely steals the show. How that movie wasn't nominated, especially his role, I don't understand. But anyway, I'm not the Academy. Number three for me is, wow, this movie. I remember watching this with my wife. We had never seen it before, and it's a movie that touches on grief and answering certain questions answering certain questions like with a higher power. And it's a movie called The Shack. Great film, great film.
You've been
Um,
recommending it to me for a while now.
yeah. I will say this: when you watch it, bring the box of tissues out. It is a sad film, but it's also a beautiful film at the same time. With my list, obviously, as well, there's a mixture of movies. There is a mixture of movies. It's not just action. It's not just thriller. It's like myself and Dino, we agreed that we wanted to give a very broad selection of films. And if you guys just land up watching one of these films that we recommend, that's a win for us. So yeah.
100%.
Um, Number four for me is one of my favorite comedies of all time. I'm waiting for the day when they do a sequel, and that is Jack Black's. No, sorry, not Jack Black. Oh my word, I've gone blank with his name now. But let me just explain to you what movie it is. So it's with Ryan Gosling and
Oh, the nice guys.
the nice guys. There we go. Thank you, D. I forgot the director's name, but I've hit a blank with that.
Shane Black.
Shane Black, yeah. So Shane Black directed. It is brilliant. It's a dark comedy, but it is an incredible film. The chemistry between Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe are just amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
That's a shout.
I'll leave it at
That's a
I'll
shout,
leave it
brother.
at there. Number five, guys. Oh, I still to this day say that this is Michael Bay's best film that never got the recognition that it deserved, and
If you say
that's
Panic
13
Game, I'm hanging
hours.
up.
No, it's not. I promise you, it's not. um, so number five for me is it's a war movie. It's based on real events that happened, and it's 13 Hours: Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. It is a great, great film.
A
It is
great film.
Michael Bay's best film. It is Michael Bay's best film. So yeah, that's my top five, guys.
That's incredible.
D?
Do you want to recap your five, brother?
Yeah, of course, bud. So it's Prisoners, Shot Caller, The Shack, The Nice Guys, and 13 Hours, Secret Soldiers of Benghazi.
Love that. Dude, Shot Caller and Nice Guys. I'm irritated I didn't put that on my list. Those are, I mean, all five, except for the Shack. I haven't seen that. But
Yeah, it's great
Shot
film. Great
Caller,
film.
Shot Caller pretty much defines what we're doing right now. A
Yes,
great movie that no one spoke about.
agreed, mate. Agreed.
Oh, it's so good. I'm actually keen to watch it now. Okay, so I'm gonna do my next six.
Perfect.
Very quick. I think these are the last one. I'll be honest. I have savored my best for last, but
That's
the other
perfect.
five, I feel like people have heard of, but perhaps haven't seen. Um, so the first one is a film called Us. There's Jordan Peele's
Oh,
follow-up to Get Out.
yeah.
It deals with, I mean, if you've seen Get Out and you know how layered and complex and foreshadowing his scripts are, uh, Us is extremely layered, and it just talks about duality and the, how can I say, the popcorn version of describing this film is a family on holiday and they see basically a group of doppelgangers that look exactly like them.
Yeah, it's
Mhm. And I
very
don't want to
freaky.
say more than that. Yeah,
It's
I
very
won't say
freaky.
more than that, but it's far deeper than that. it's actually very, very, very in-depth storytelling and world building. So I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
But it's a phenomenal movie. Every time I watch it, I pick up on new things. It's just incredible what he does with his scripts and how articulate he is with how he writes. Number two, again, is a film I feel like a lot of people have perhaps heard of but just haven't seen. Phenomenal movie. He should have won every single award for this movie. Again, the Oscars absolutely suck.
Yeah.
And that is James McAvoy in Split.
Oh, what a oh my word, yeah. Listen, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh the
I'm not
that is
going.
that's a shot. That's a shot, mate.
Yeah,
That's a shot.
I'm not going to spoil anything because they are potential spoilers.
Yeah.
So I won't say anything more than it's about a guy who has several. I mean, he has multiple personality disorder,
Yes.
and yeah, so he kidnaps two girls. When I say two girls, it's two. I mean, not that it makes it any better, but I don't want to like put people off and think it's like two little girls. It's two teenage girls. There's no assault or anything like that. So again, no trigger warning there. Um, but he basically kidnaps these two girls, and that's the premise. You're in this horror movie where these two girls have been abducted by this person, but he has multiple personalities, and each personality treats them differently,
Yeah.
and they sort of have to try and figure out if there's a possible personality there that will help them escape.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
I will not say more. My third film, it depends where you are in the world. It has two different titles. It's either Le Mans 66 or Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh, what a
Um,
movie. Oh,
if you've never heard about Le Mans, and if you are a Formula One fan, or even if you're not a Formula One fan, it really doesn't matter. Don't be put off. Oh, okay, it's a racing movie. The real life story of this specific Le Mans is just, it's Christian Bale. I mean, the man doesn't miss.
he doesn't.
It's James
He doesn't.
Mangold, director of Logan and Walk the Line and other great movies. And yeah, it's just about literally Ferrari were dominating Le Mans for years, and then Ford decided, well, we're going to enter Le Mans and we're going to try to compete with Ferrari. And it's an incredible movie. I
Yeah.
highly recommend it to anyone. Even if you have no interest in cars, don't worry. You don't have to know anything about cars or racing. You will love it. My fourth pick is another Korean film named Minari.
Ooh,
This
okay.
one was very sentimental to me because I am a grandson of immigrants. My grandparents left Madeira, Portugal, to start a life in South Africa. Um, and it was quite reminiscent because this Korean family go to America and they basically start a farm essentially and start selling fruits and vegetables. And it was just very relatable because that's what my grandfather ended up doing. And yeah, if it weren't for him and my grandmother, my family and I wouldn't have what we have today. We wouldn't be where we are today. And it was
Yeah.
just about an immigrant family starting from scratch in a foreign place. And I felt like I got to know. I feel like I got to know my grandparents even better after watching this film. So it's very sentimental to me. But it's a beautiful film. I highly recommend it. Please check it out.
Yeah.
And it's still reminiscent today of people. I mean, I've immigrated to an undisclosed location, and this still happens today. You immigrate and you start from scratch. So it's a great film. Okay, number five is a film that came out 2 years ago. It was Gareth Edwards' follow up to Star Wars Rogue One,
Oh, I know
and
what
that
you're going to
is
say.
The Creator. Yeah, I absolutely adore this film. Um, If you
Great
just want
film.
a quick premise, it's about a world, and obviously, here we go. People are going to be like, oh, of course they made this now. It was actually in development for a very long time, but it is set in a world where AI has taken over. It's not the Terminator. It's nothing like that. It's a completely
Yeah.
different spin, but obviously with the same consequences because at the end of the day, man versus machine, whether you stand on it, it is inevitable. I mean, the Matrix literally says that, and we know the Matrix never lies.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, not to make it sound like the Matrix or the Terminator, but it is a world where man has come to war with machine. But
Yeah.
there's a very specific, intricate plot twist there. It's a very heartwarming. It's a very beautiful film as well. It's not necessarily an action movie. It's more a drama.
Yeah.
And, last week we spoke about nostalgia and just how all this money is spent on these high, big budget sequels and franchises. And the creator was made for such little money, but it looks like one of the most expensive movies ever made. So it just speaks to the art of filmmaking, and that's why I appreciate it even more.
No, I agree with
And
you 100% on that one. That
yeah,
one.
yeah. And then for my last film on this list, it's probably my favorite movie on this list. It's a Joaquin Phoenix film that just came and gone. I feel like no one saw it. I can never talk about it because people just haven't seen it. But it's a film called You Were Never Really Here.
Sure. Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
Joaquin
Yeah. You
Phoenix.
always.
Yeah. So he basically just plays a former Marine that he almost becomes like a vigilante for hire, and he gets caught up in a scandal. I know it sounds like a generic action movie. It is not generic at all. It's completely different from what you've seen before. It's not an easy watch. It deals a lot with mental health and PTSD, and just how this guy is sort of trying to get by, but also trying to help someone desperately in need at the same time. So that's my pitch on You Were Never Really Here. So yep, those are all my films, my brother. It's your turn.
But there's some solid picks there. But do you want to just do a recap of your last six?
So it was us. I've deleted my thingy now, stupidly. It was us, Split, Ford versus Ferrari, Minari, You Were
Yes.
Never Really Here, and you know what? I will give a big thumbs up to the listener who comments what the sixth one was because I have completely
Hey.
forgotten.
Well done. Well done. Okay.
Thanks.
So, okay, guys. So this is my last six. I also couldn't bring it down to 10. I really struggled. Okay, so my sixth entry is Sicario.
Oof.
Um, One of my favorite films of all time. The cinematography is unbelievable. The entire film itself is it's a beautiful film to watch. Um, it is a crime, I would say it's a crime drama.
Yeah,
Josh Brolin, oh my word, Del Toro, and Emily Blunt, all put in an unbelievable performance. And
yeah,
it's his second movie. It's the second movie that uh, it's not his first movie, and it's one of my favorite directors. I just
Denis
cannot
Villeneuve.
pronounce his name. Thank you, Dino. That's the guy. And it was his second movie, and it is an absolute masterpiece. I cannot wait to see what other classics this man will make in the future. Um, Number seven, although it is two movies, but I count them as one, and that is The Raid 1 and 2. If
Ooh,
you want to speak about particularly two films that have been very influential in terms of action films, um, a lot of the action scenes that we see today has come from those two films. And
100%.
let me tell you, there is, particularly in the second one, there's one fight scene. I'm not going to give it away. Um, it is. brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. And then my 8th pick is probably one of my favorite David Fincher films, and that is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It's a thriller.
Wow.
Daniel Craig is unbelievable in there. And yeah, I'm not going to say anything more because it will spoil it.
Yes, yeah.
Number 9 is a movie that you recommended to me, D, many years ago when we had just become friends, and that was Drive with Ryan Gosling.
Nice. What a shot,
Um,
bro.
what an incredible film. I would say it's you could probably put it under the category of like a, I don't want to say thriller, but like a drama sort of thriller around there.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
And then another one. This is also this man. Talk about people that do not miss. Taylor Sheridan directed a movie. If I'm not mistaken, he did direct this, and that is Wind River. What a film!
Oh,
What
that's
a film! Yo, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. And then
mm.
besides Shot Caller on this entire list, if I had to pick one and give it to you guys to watch, because of the acting and just the whole story,
Oh,
it is a place beyond the pines.
mm,
Guys,
mm,
please
mm,
watch
mm.
it. Please watch it. Ryan Gosling, Bradley Cooper, Eva Mendes. It is a brilliant film. It really is a
Jane
brilliant
DeHaan
film.
as well. Yeah, it's a great
And
movie.
that's correct, yeah. He was brilliant in that. Um, what's his name? The guy that played the general in Rogue One. He was so good in there. Ben.
Ben Mendelsohn. Yeah,
Thank you, B. That's the one. Yeah. So yeah.
yeah.
So just to recap my last 6, well, last 7 technically. Sicario, The Raid 1 and 2, A Place Beyond the Pines, Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, the David Fincher one. Just keep in mind, guys, there is the Swedish version. I have watched that. It was good, but I felt David Fincher did a better job.
100%.
And then obviously Drive and Wind River.
Mm, mm, mm.
Okay. Now, speaking about something that, so let me just clarify. Myself and Dino, we never ever want to scold a movie on how bad it is or anything. There's a lot that goes into filmmaking. There's a lot of skill that goes into it.
Yeah, a lot of people work hard.
A lot of people work hard, and look, this movie. So we're gonna for just to let you guys know, we're gonna do a review on Thunderbolts. It's the new MCU movie. Um, I had the pleasure of watching it. Well, not the pleasure, but I watched it this weekend. um, yeah, let's just say when I'm very on the fence when people start saying that it's the best movie in the MCU since Endgame. I actually dislike it when they say that. I really do. Um, look, it has its moments. It does have its moments, but it's nowhere near the best that Marvel has done in the past. Nowhere near. Um, Florence Pugh and David Harbour for me make it worth watching in a sense because they are so good. Florence Pugh steals the show. Yeah, obviously don't want to give away too many spoilers because it's still quite new. So we would love to hear some feedback from you, from our audience.
Mm.
If you guys have seen it, what did you think of it? So yeah, I will say this: there's one particular part that I almost spat my water out from laughing so hard. Um, when you see it, you'll know exactly what part it is. So yeah, I'll leave it at there. I gave it a a generous 2 out of 5. So yeah.
Yeah.
What was your take on D?
Yeah, for the lack of not wanting to be negative, I'm not going to say too much about it. I gave it a 2 out of 5. I feel like I'd probably lean more towards 3. Um, I mean, it's, no spoilers, go in, this is just our opinion. Again, like you said, give us your thoughts. But I feel like it's a film that I could literally summarize in 30 seconds and tell you everything that happens.
Yeah.
It's almost like you've ordered a pizza, but you got a plastic toy of a pizza, and that was what was put on your plate. It tastes this bland. I felt absolutely nothing for this film. I don't think I'll ever watch it again. So I'd probably have to go. Oh, sorry. When I say 3, so I mean 3 out of 10. So we'd go like 1.5
Sure.
out of
Okay.
5. It's like drinking sparkling water. I mean, it tastes like static. I just don't like it. So yeah,
Fair enough. Fair
it
enough.
will keep me hydrated, but I don't want to drink it. So yeah,
Yeah, listen, there's definitely parts in that film that it did feel like it. I won't lie.
yeah, absolutely. So like you said, I don't want to be negative, and you know what? When I put a film on, no one wants to watch a bad movie. No one wants to watch a boring
Yeah,
film. But I
100%.
feel like sometimes what's worse than a bad film is a boring one, and I was just very bored.
Yeah, look, I found, like, obviously we don't want to give spoilers away or anything, but the first half of the movie was not bad. I was enjoying it. It's that second half that it takes a bit of a dip.
I will agree there.
Um,
Yes. The first
yeah,
half is definitely better than
yeah,
the second half. The
yeah,
second half is just
yeah,
yikes.
yeah. Um, okay, moving on to some, obviously, to some exciting matchups that
Oh,
happened this past weekend.
we've got big
So
MMA
just
talk. Let's go.
so just a recap on UFC 315. Um,
Sorry,
great
brother.
main
Can I just
card.
interrupt you quickly? So sorry. Before you start,
Sure. Yes.
we do get, and thank you for the feedback. We do get that some of you have said, why don't we record after the fights and then we can react to them? I fully understand that, because by the time you're listening to this, 315 would have happened a week ago, and we fully, trust me, we get that.
Yeah.
But we want to give our predictions for the fights as well as give our take on them. If the podcast grows more and you guys want to hear more, we'd be happy to do more episodes. But for
Agreed.
now, we are very comfortable uploading on a Monday, also
Yeah.
because we can give fresh reviews on films that have come out like on the Friday, etc., etc. So we hear
Agreed.
you, we appreciate you. At the moment, this will be the format, but again, we can only really know what you want if you comment on the videos and on Spotify. So, and we will do video as well. That is coming. We are working on it. Uh,
Yes.
so yeah, that's why we are now only reacting to 315 now. We're
Yeah.
recording on a Thursday. You'll obviously hear this on a Monday when it would have been a week later. We get it. We know. We
Yes.
appreciate you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to say that. Please go ahead.
Cool. So obviously, going back to what I was saying, great main card. I think a lot of people were not expecting this card to deliver like it did, but it did. Firstly, one of the biggest takeaways from it is obviously them. So the UFC doing a Hall of Fame introduction for Vitor Belfort. For those of you who don't know, absolute legend of the sport, um, great fighter. He put on some amazing fights. So for me, that was very special to see him go up. Okay, going from going from the bottom of the main card up.
Yeah, sorry, Brian. He
Um,
started when he was what, like 19? How old is he?
yes,
He was
yeah, he
really
was
young.
19 years old. He was 19 years old. If I remember correctly, his debut was against Wanderlei Silva, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's quite a while back.
Yeah,
But yeah, great,
I can double
great.
check that as we carry on.
Yeah, he was. Yes, that man was super talented. You're super talented. Okay, so going back to that first fight. What's his name? Saint Denis versus Carl Proplek. Excuse me for butchering that name. Saint Denis, we pretty much called it. We said he was gonna run through him. He did. But I will say this: Carl has got a hell of a chin. How he took some of those shots, and then I don't understand how that guy was still standing. It's actually crazy.
Yeah,
And look, obviously Saint Denis is just he's very good. It's good to see him back in the win column.
yes,
But obviously when he shot that takedown and he moved on to a arm triangle, he did it fantastically, and Carl just couldn't deal with it. I do think the fight would have been a lot closer if it wasn't a short notice fight for Carl. So take nothing away from Carl's performance. I thought he was great.
that's fair.
I would love to see that rematch one day. Moving on to the second fight of that pay-per-view. Wow, I expected this, but I was very shocked with how it turned out. Natalia Silva, Dana, if you ever hear this podcast, give that girl the title shot. She deserves it. She deserves
Fact,
it. She
100%.
completely outclassed Alexa Grosso. And let me tell you guys, like I said in the previous podcast, Alexa Grosso beat not once, but twice. She beat Valentina Shevchenko for the belt. And Valentina is an absolute savage. The difference there I felt was Natalia Silva's kicking game was just keeping Grosso keeping Grosso within range of her kicking game, but not letting Grosso trying to get her cornered and stuff to the point where she would get finished. And I just thought Natalia Silva was brilliant. What did you think of that one, D?
Dude, I think you've said it perfectly. I don't know what I could add.
Okay.
She had her game. It worked. Grasso had no answers for her.
Yeah.
And yeah, Natalia fought her fight. Grasso couldn't really adjust.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, she tried to. She tried to.
yeah, she
But
absolutely tried to. But yeah, Natalia was just phenomenal on the night. So yes, that fight with Valentina needs to be booked ASAP.
yeah, no, that has to happen. That has to happen. And then one of my favorite fighters. Oh, oh, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. The King of Rio, Jose Aldo. Um, Aldo was winning those first two rounds. In the third round, I thought he had it done. He had gotten the guy in a situation where I'm like, okay, this is the end of the fight. Long story short, he gassed out, and that cost him the win. I'm still trying to figure out how it went wrong for him. I was very sad to see him retire, but it was time. Like I initially said, he should have retired and stayed retired for
Yeah,
quite some time.
yeah,
And it was
fine for
time for
sure.
him to do that. It was time for him to do that.
Yeah,
What did you make of it, D?
absolutely. I feel like he was chasing the finish. Big respect to him, but
Yeah,
he gassed out 100%, brother.
big time, big time. And
It
I'm
is just
sure,
hard. But, he was chasing that finish. I'm sure he wanted to go out with a bang. Of course, you want to end your career with, that satisfaction of getting a finish.
yes,
But it's been long overdue. I'm happy for him and his family that he's retired.
agreed, agreed.
Yeah. You don't want to see
Yeah.
these guys get older and get more hurt. So I'm glad he's retired.
Look, GSP was obviously in in the opposition corner, and he definitely said, "I'm impressed by your performance."
There it is.
I can never say that guy's name, but the guy that Aldo fought.
I'm in Zahabi.
Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, and then the first of the the co-main event was Shevchenko. Shevchenko's performance was great. Marion Fayot did give Shevchenko a good go. It was a competitive fight. I just thought Shevchenko just showed her class. I will say this: I do think Natalia Silva is going to give her a lot of issues when they fight,
Oh,
and
yes.
it's that I can't wait to see how Shevchenko is going to counter that, because she's great. She is great. Like I stated before. And then, what a performance! What a performance! Australia, you can be proud. You've got another UFC champ that has brought that belt back to you guys. Jack Della Maddalena. What a performance! That man's boxing is class.
Unreal.
Bilal, I felt Bilal went with the wrong game plan. Not that I'm a professional fighter or anything or coach. I'm just giving you guys my perspective of this whole thing. Bilal did not perform like he did against Leon Edwards. The reason he beat Leon Edwards is because he stuck to what he knows best, and that is his wrestling.
Yes.
And with this fight, it felt like to me that he wanted to prove that his boxing is on the same level as Jack, and unfortunately, it wasn't. Jack
No.
was unbelievable. His footwork, that jab of his was brilliant.
Oh, he was so
And
switched on.
he was. And I will say this: I don't understand how Bilal was still standing from that one knee that landed on him.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would have knocked out any other human being. So
I mean, his head
I don't
is
want
so
to.
big, it probably gives him
I
extra, like,
was
defense
waiting
or
for this.
something.
I
You know what
was
I mean?
waiting for
I mean, Jack could have thrown a jab from his corner and he would have hit Bilal's face. So, like,
this. But what happened, man? Come on, dude. We were going well, yeah. But now you're
sorry.
taking the piss on Mr. Potato Head. Oops, there we
Yeah,
go. I've lost
there
it
we
now.
go. Yep.
I'm sorry,
His
Bilal.
face looks like a Picasso painting. It's just all over the place.
Yeah, listen, Jack really put in the work. But look,
100%.
on a serious note, Bilal was a champ. Unfortunately, he isn't anymore. I want to see what happens now. I have a feeling that he is going to move up to middleweight, and that will definitely add a few fireworks to the middleweight division. Let's see what happens. Okay, and
100%.
then the best news Tuesday
Oh,
morning.
my goodness. Tuesday was another day, brother.
Tuesday
Tuesday
was.
was another day.
I don't know if Dana woke up and he's like, "Oh, it's Christmas for you
It's
guys.
Christmas,
Let's do
literally.
this."
Literally
So
100%.
first of all, I want to leave the big one for last, okay? Because I do feel it's a big fight.
Absolutely.
So first of all, not to say that this fight isn't big, it's a massive fight. Dricus versus Hamzat Shamaev. I cannot wait for this fight. It's the one that the fans have been wanting for a while. DDP is surprising us constantly. He really is. I never thought he would be a world champ in the UFC. I never ever thought. But wow, he has put in some performances. And
Absolutely.
particularly with these two, both of them just walked through Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker is one of the best middleweights in the world.
Yep.
Just to put it into perspective for those who don't follow MMA, like
Yep.
myself and Dino do.
Yep.
But the big fight, oh my word, this is gonna. When I
Dude,
saw this, I was like, don't phone me like you said last week, D, don't phone me, don't text me. My phone is off that day. My phone is off that day. And that is Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira. That
This
is
is part of the year. This is part of the
that
year.
is
They won't make a bigger fight than this. Dustin and Max is
100%.
going to be great, but this is part of the year.
Agreed. 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 So yeah, look, that fight is going to be very difficult to just choose one because they are both brilliant in their own way. They really are both brilliant. Um, I do feel like Topuria has the power advantage. Um,
100%.
but he's great on the ground. He is great on the ground. But you guys must remember Charles Oliveira. He's got the most submissions in the UFC. He is an absolute machine on the stand up. The one thing I do want to see a bit more from Topuria, once again, guys, this is just my perspective as a fan, is I would love to see more of his kicking game. I
Yes.
feel Ilya's very heavy on the boxing approach and also on his grappling and stuff, but more on the boxing approach. He tends to swarm the guys in such a way that they can't get out of those angles, and
Mm-hmm.
he hits hard. He hits hard. When he hits
Mm-hmm.
guys, they go and see their ancestors in the shadow realm, which is quite
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Um,
he commits to every punch. He's putting power behind it.
yes,
Um,
100%.
I
And
feel like him and Diego are the two boxers in the UFC that when they're throwing to drop you.
yeah, they throw with bad
Um,
intentions. They throw with
yeah,
bad intentions,
yeah,
100%. But then again, Oliveira's stand up is great.
it's
Oliveira's
very
stand up
good.
is great, but also that man's just off the charts. He's one of
Yeah,
the best Brazilian Jiu Jitsu guys in the UFC, if
yeah.
not the best.
If not the
There's
best, 100%.
there's very few that are nowhere near his level. So yeah.
Yeah,
And then also another one is Kai Kara France challenging Pantoja. Pantoja
he's
has
gonna
been
walk
an
over him.
absolute tear. Whew, I don't know, D. I don't know, bud. Look, Kai impressed me in his fight against Moreno. I thought he was
Mm.
great
Mm.
until Moreno landed that liver kick. That's when everything changed.
Yes,
Um, so it's going to be a fun matchup. It's going to be a fun matchup. I'll be honest. I really wanted to see Pantoja and Manal Kopp fight. That's the
yes,
fight I've wanted in that division,
yeah.
um, in the flyweight division. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. And then obviously with the results this weekend, Islam has vacated his belt. That's why we're getting the Ilia Topuria fight and Oliveira,
Yeah,
and he's going to be challenging Jack Della Maddalena, which is going to be interesting as well. I can't wait to see what Islam does at 170. I think it's exciting.
very
So yeah,
exciting. Very
so yeah.
exciting. But
Um,
it's like you said, Dana woke up and it was like, hey guys, it's Christmas. I mean, Tuesday was just, I couldn't get off my phone. It was unbelievable. It was just
yeah,
notification after the next. And I was like, what is going on? What is happening?
no, it was awesome. I mean, I remember waking up on Tuesday morning, early hours of the morning, and seeing the news. And obviously, first person I go and send the news to is to my co-host. So yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
there we go.
it's super important. It's super important. That's why I send you those things at so early hours of the morning.
No, 100%. 100%. Yeah, if people are wondering, we're not on the same time zone. So,
Yeah, we're not in the
uh,
same time zone, unfortunately, but we still make
yeah,
it work. We still
yeah,
make it worthwhile.
no, 100%.
Um, and then, yeah, guys, that pretty much sums up the MMA segment. We're going to move on to the football. Um, sure, D, please tell me you saw that El Clasico match this weekend. Uh,
No,
yeah, I don't even know what to say. For those of you who didn't watch, Real Madrid had a 2-0 lead in 20 minutes, and Barcelona came back 4-2. Barcelona are just they just have Madrid's number this year.
4-3, brother, 4-3.
Oh, was it 4-3? Apologies,
4-3, yeah,
apologies.
yeah.
So yeah,
Mbappe
sorry, I
scored a
was
hat trick. Yeah.
Mbappe scored a hat trick. My bad, guys. I actually saw the wrong scoreline. That's right. Apologies for that. Thank you for correcting me.
No,
And then, but that was a great game. Yes, it was a great game.
yeah, Rafinha and
Um,
Yamal on fire.
Lamal is an absolute talent of note. That kid it's scary how good that kid is.
Yeah,
It really is scary.
yeah. I mean, to
Um,
think like even like with Rafinha, I mean, he was at Leeds, and now look where he is. It's crazy.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
His life can just change.
He was actually going to go to Arsenal at one stage, and I was really hoping we were going to get him. But yeah, he
Step
went
into the
to
future.
he went to a club. We went to a bigger club, and I'll give him that. He
Say
deserves to be.
what you were gonna say. Say it. Just say it. He went to
What
a
was I
club that
going to
wins.
say?
He went to a club that wins trophies.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, the Arsenal hate is strong. The Arsenal hate is strong. Yes, guys, we went another season trophyless. So yeah, part
wait
of being an
for
Arsenal fan.
wait for the episode when we have to react to the Europa League final. That's gonna be
Oh
amazing.
gosh, guys, as I am recording this, okay, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it's next week Wednesday.
I think so.
To all the Man United fans, I need one of you to sponsor me a shirt. It is the only time I will wear that shirt, okay? Because you are playing against your. I'm trying my best not to swear,
Don't
guys.
don't say it. But it is next
I'm
week
trying my
Wednesday.
best not to swear. I really am trying my best not to swear. But I hope United give Spurs such a harding that they don't know where they're coming or going. Please, please.
Yeah,
And if you guys lose to them, oh my word. Yeah.
yeah.
Please explain to me, okay? Yes, I know this is the wish version of the Champions League, okay? But, but how does a team that's where are these guys actually on the
Dude,
standings? Because when I
this is
open it up,
so
I
bad.
can't even see it.
This is so bad. Well, to be fair, that's the best thing I love about this season is that when I look at the EPL standings, the fact that I have to scroll down to see United and Spurs is the best thing ever. But how shocking is the Europa League that a team that is 16th and 17th are in the final?
It
Dude,
doesn't make sense. It
the
doesn't make
Europa
sense.
League is trash. What on earth has happened? Because, like, okay, it is the wish version of the Champions League, but, like, there's still decent teams that go there. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
How are there two clubs, literally 16th and 17th, that are in the final? Guys, football is in a bad place, man. Like it's
Yeah,
bad.
it is. And look, I have stated this and I will say it again. If Spurs win a trophy this season, obviously Arsenal are not going to win anything again. Surprise. It's like Netflix. It's always next season. Um, it's the truth though, bud. It's the
No,
truth, man. It's the
Arsenal's
truth.
favorite song at this point is "Next Season's Our Year." Like they've taken the United song and just been like, "We're going to join them." Like next year's our year. Next year's our year.
It doesn't make sense, bud. It doesn't make
That,
sense to me. It
that's like
really
watching,
doesn't.
it's like watching Goku do a Gamehameha. Like you know it's coming, but it's like, well, you keep being told it's coming, but 2 weeks
Yeah,
later
look,
he's still doing it.
I don't think I'll be alive, bud. I think I'll be 90 and I'll still be waiting. I used to wait for the days that Arsenal won the Champions League. Not a chance is going to happen.
Yeah, I
Not
mean
a
it's tough.
chance.
It is tough being an Arsenal fan. I can't lie, it's
As
tough.
long as Arteta is there, goodbye. Thank you. Yes, he's made us competitive and everything, but as long as that man is there, we are not going to win anything because he does not want to spend money. Yes, I know maybe I am being unfair on the man. Look,
No, you're
he's
not.
done an amazing job, and I'm saying that as a fan. But he is not. People need to stop saying that he's Pep Guardiola. He's not Pep Guardiola. Pep
No.
Guardiola's got plenty of trophies to show. Arteta's got 2 FA Cups to show.
Yeah.
Put it into
Yeah.
perspective. Okay.
Yeah.
Drop
Yeah.
the mic. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. See you next
Speaking
Tuesday.
speaking on the opposite ends of the table, which United fans and Spurs fans don't know about at the moment, that top 4 race. How great is that top 4 race at the
Oh,
moment?
dude, this has got to be one of the best ever.
It's going to be good, dude. Oh,
Just a
it's going
quick
to be
recap
great.
for anyone who's not aware. So Wednesday, the 15th of May, the standings are from 7th place. You have Nottingham. I'm not going to read out each team, but these are the standings from 7th to 2nd. 2 games left. If Nottingham win 2 of their games and Arsenal lose both of their next games, they will have the same points. This is how close this is.
Yep.
It's not a lot. It's just by an inch.
Yeah.
62, 63, 63, 65, 66, 68. It's nuts.
It's
It's
crazy.
nuts. It's literally
It's
like
crazy.
watching the Formula One where, okay, the leader's racing off gone, but now you're waiting to see who gets second and third. It's unbelievable. It's so cool.
Yeah. No,
Um,
that's true.
this title race, well, this top 4 race is going to be absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
And I'm rooting for Nottingham Forest to make it in the top 4. I don't know if
I
it's going to happen, but it would be great.
yeah. I hope they do. I hope they do.
Yeah,
It will be well deserved. They've had a great season.
they've had an amazing season. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
yeah.
I'd be really excited to see them. I'm happy for Nuno. I'm happy for the team.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and look, I do like Chelsea, so I'd like Chelsea to be in the top 4.
Yeah.
But
Let's see. Let's see.
we'll
It'll
see.
be.
We'll see.
It's going to be interesting to see how everything will wrap up. So yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking
yeah,
of
for
wrapping
sure.
up, guys,
Yeah,
thank
that's
you
a good
for
segue.
your
Love
time.
it.
Thank you for your time. As always, we appreciate all the listens, all the comments, all the likes. We will keep bringing this to you guys. And yeah, D, anything else you got to say, bud?
Yeah, let us know, even if it's weeks from now, please let us know if you watched any of the films we recommended. We want to hear your
Yes.
feedback.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Please, comment on Instagram, YouTube. We're on X as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, please, we're on TikTok as well. So either of those, please let us know what you think. If you have seen any of those films, give us your thoughts.
And
That would be super cool.
also, sorry, D, just to stop
No,
you there,
no.
bud. Also, if you guys would like us to do a deep dive on any of these films, please let us know and we'll be happy to do that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So like we mentioned last week, we're gonna do specials. We're gonna wait for Sinners to be seen by a few more people.
Yes.
Just once it becomes more accessible, we know, movie tickets are expensive. It'll be on digital, I believe, end of this month.
Yes, I believe so,
So
yeah.
once more people have seen it, that would probably be our first special. But we'll do rewatches. Like I know you'd love to discuss Dune 1
Yes,
and 2 on the pod.
definitely.
So we could
Definitely.
definitely do that. Yeah, there's exciting things happening. Once we get the video sorted out, we want to do tier lists together. We want to do the
Yes,
IMDb game, all these kind of things. So there's big
100%.
things
Yeah.
coming for the pod. If you have any
Yeah.
suggestions and stuff, again, guys, the only way we'll know is if you comment. So please
100%.
give us your feedback. We want to interact with you. We want to have
Yeah.
conversations with you. We want to have a Discord eventually and stuff like that where we
Yes.
can all just kind of talk. So
Agreed. Agreed.
um, big things are lying ahead, but again, we can only know if you comment and let us know. So it would be greatly
100%.
appreciated.
To
But
all
yeah,
the Man United fans, I'm waiting for that T-shirt. All right. Okay.
yeah,
Let me know,
well,
guys.
just ship
Okay.
it to him, and please don't let Spurs win a trophy. Please don't let it happen.
Please, guys. Please. The world doesn't need that. It doesn't need
No,
that.
no, there's enough going on in the world. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
so yeah, on that bombshell,
Cheers,
thanks for
guys.
coming, guys.
Thanks for
The
coming, guys.
podcast hour has passed.